for my brother, for my family. He arrived in 1979, 16 days after my birthday. I should have told him, "You are not welcome here. Go back. Across the ocean you've traveled. Go back. You don't belong." But I was a little girl, and he was bigger than a string of words around my neck. He came, and we weren't prepared. Nobody was. His presence made us feel alone. Bobby was still in New Jersey, father who couldn't fight from afar, but Bobby would not attack in a struggle. He transformed into the silence between lightning and thunder, raised his hands only to us, armed with a chancleta. David vandalized our home, our street, our neighborhood, our city, the islands, beaches, mountains, valleys, and rivers. He stole our mangoes, auyamas, yautía, and every plátano. What does a country do when the staple of breakfast, lunch, and dinner of both the rich and poor is destroyed? Counting candles in the kitchen. Listen to the radio in the kitchen, in the dining room, in the living room, in every bedroom. While in the car, listen carefully, even if its message is repeated. Even if its message is repeated. Bottle water. Gather every empty gallon, plastic, glass, aluminum, pots, jugs, urns. Gather everyone. Pails used to mop the floor, those will work as well. Large garbage bins, cans can also serve as reservoirs. Fill them all. Keep the water running. Collect the flashlights and batteries, oil and kerosene lamps, the candles too, transistor radio, and batteries. More batteries. Have enough of everything. Make a list of what to buy. Medicine. Food, raise the temperature of the refrigerator, the cold is setting. Orders come from left and right. Bring in the furniture from the marquesina. Bring in the toys, they tell me. But I'm busy. Ocupada. Counting candles in the kitchen. La niñera ties down the washing machine in the backyard. We crank the windows shut, wishing that iron bars were all we needed to keep David out. Beneath Brick. This is a longer poem in blank verse, and we'll find out more about David. When David is announced, we leave our home. We go to Cristo Rey to get them out from their casita made of wood and zinc. My mother wants her cousins and the kids to stay with us during the hurricane. It isn't that their house cannot withstand the coming storm. It is the house above. They live in a ravine which we descend by foot, sideways, slowly, in graveled path. On our way down, we stop to look, to stare at this, a house of instability. Who thought to put this structure made of brick on this hillside? It's out of place. A tree suspended on a bluff facing the sea, alone with roots exposed to salty air, hanging, grasping for rocks to save itself from fate, a destiny of weathering. Trunks and scattered limbs of other fallen trees declare the coming of erosion. But we're not on an ocean cliff facing destructive waves. These are the outskirts of Santo Domingo, growing without plans, where one can build towers of brick even on quicksand. People need places to live. Our cousins made their house on the fringes of a capital city with pieces of elements they could afford to buy. Their money not enough to build safety or protection against the tumbling, falling, sliding of anything above. They are not safe here underneath the bricks, Mommy tells them. They need refuge, shelter. You cannot be here when the storm arrives, she says, without convincing them at all. But you will not survive, she tries again, finger pointed to the sky, to the hill, but descriptions of the coming danger does not change minds which cling to what they have. 4 walls of wood, a roof of zinc above, floors of cracked cement or dirt swept clean. Air within is even called their home. The chips of paint peeling from their wooden table falling to the ground, shuffled with brooms of hay. Chairs of wicker, fire pit, and kitchen, exposed up front the shade of a mango tree in a backyard. All this is home to those 3 brothers and a sister with 2 kids. No one concedes to leave. A truce is made, a piecing mommy. Estelita says, Alexandra will go with you. That's it. I look at her and think of games we'll play. She's 6 years old like me, but quieter. She packs a little suitcase for the trip, climbs up the hill with more agility than us. We sit in the back seat facing the rear and watch her brother chase the car. He disappears in dust made from the tires of our Volkswagen Cepillo. He's there. We know he's there, next to that house of breath. Pigeons.